Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at specific songs that have appeared in dozens of shows and movies throughout the years. Movie scores and instrumentals will not be considered.
Baby, I've been here before.
Number 30, Low Rider, War. Released in 1975 on War's studio album Why Can't We Be Friends, Low Rider has been covered by dozens of artists and has appeared in countless TV shows and movies throughout the years. As for movies, it's popped up in the likes of Gone in 60 Seconds, Up in Smoke, Friday, and A Knight's Tale, to name a few.
God love you, William.
I know. No one else will.
In that 70s show, Eric inscribes the lyrics of the song onto Donna's wedding ring.
Possibly even a little rude.
All my friends know the Low Rider.
It's also known for being George Lopez's theme song, appearing in his stand-up and on his shows George Lopez and Lopez Tonight.
All my friends know the Low Rider.
War isn't the most popular band in the world, but we imagine the royalty checks for this one song have set them up for life. Number 29, Oh Yeah, Yellow. Swiss synth-pop band Yellow had a mostly cult following by the release of their 1985 album Stella, but the third track, Oh Yeah, made them a global sensation after it was used in the closing credits of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, yeah.
John Hughes' hit comedy launched the funky strut up the charts as Yellow's signature song. Though it featured prominently on other 80s soundtracks, it is popularly recognized as the Ferris Bueller song.
It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
Dozens of movies, shows, and commercials continue to play Oh Yeah as an homage to a classic flick, or just to exaggerate sex appeal. As formulaic as that is, it's hard not to groove along when Yellow kicks on.
What the hell's Day Bow Bow? Day Bow Bow. Oh, Day Bow Bow. Oh, yeah. Day.
Number 28, True, Spandau Ballet. Easily Spandau Ballet's biggest song, True topped the UK charts for 4 weeks and proved the band's only top 10 hit in the United States, peaking at number 4.
Me and her will interface.
The song itself has appeared in numerous movies, including 16 Candles and Charlie's Angels. It's also closely related to Adam Sandler, having appeared in both Pixels and The Wedding Singer. In the latter, it's sung by Steve Buscemi at Robbie and Julia's wedding. It was also sung by Edward Norton on Modern Family, who was appearing as the band's fictional bass player Izzy LaFontaine.
Shot a ray of hope into this gloomy suburban life.
All right, buddy.
Play it, Izzy.
For you, Claire.
He personally sings True to Phil and Claire, as Claire mistakenly believes it's the couple's song. Number 27, White Rabbit, Jefferson Airplane.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small.
Upon the release of the now classic album Surrealistic Pillow, White Rabbit became one of the great anthems of psychedelic rock.
Not bad.
Jefferson Airplane's take on Lewis Carroll is definitely a chilling departure from Disney's. It has since become a soundtrack staple of counterculture period pieces and generally hallucinogenic scenes.
You ready?
Close your eyes.
But with the bolero's sinister tone, at least one film or show has found dramatic use for it each year since 2001. And if there's any doubt that something is intended as an homage to Alice in Wonderland, White Rabbit tends to telegraph that. The trippiest irony is that the song has yet to appear in a direct adaptation of Carol.
When she's standing tall.
Number 26, Mr. Blue Sky, Electric Light Orchestra.
Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight.
ELO's Mr. Blue Sky recently enjoyed a bit of a cultural resurgence thanks to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. but it's been around in the pop culture consciousness for decades. In fact, it appeared in both the opening and closing ceremonies of the London Summer Olympics in 2012, a celebration of the band's English heritage. As for movies and TV, Mr. Blue Sky has appeared in Megamind.
He's perfect. And action.
Role Models, Paul Blart, and the trailer for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Running down the avenue, see how the sun shines bright.
It's also popped up in various media, including the children's film The Magic Roundabout, aka Dougal, and beloved sci-fi series Doctor Who.
If there's one thing I really, really love, then it's Jeff Lynne and the Electric Light Orchestra. Because you can't beat a bit of ELO.
Number 25, London Calling, The Clash.
London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down.
The Clash's revolutionary album London Calling kicks off with a sobering image of London during the apocalypse. As far as American media cares, though, the punk masterpiece is just an image of London. Ever since a vacation episode of Friends, London Calling has become standard bumper music for shots of the city.
And you know what they said? Some of it was true.
It has also been used to play up edgier motifs in British culture, even in British media. James Bond himself came home to the song in Die Another Day. This cheeky cliché by no means takes away from its status as an undeniable anthem for the modern UK. It's just unfortunate that the 20-something ways it's been used as an anthem feels so establishment.
Come out of the cupboard, you boys and girls.
Number 24, I've Had the Time of My Life, Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes.
Now I had the time of my life.
Dirty Dancing finishes on one of the most iconic dance numbers ever. Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes' original collab, I've Had the Time of My Life, is itself a popular selection for romantic or festive occasions. Its appearance in other movies reflects that. Really, the song is most overtly used in recreations or spoofs of the Dirty Dancing scene. But many romantic moments and music competition shows utilize it as a go-to duet. Either way, the use of Time of My Life has gotten so specific it's often ironic. Not so ironic is the way the song makes you sing, dance, or roll your eyes when it's played outside of the original film.
Just look at them, it's not even that dirty.
Hey, I know it's not Footloose, but will you just dance a little for me?
Number 23, Don't Stop Believin', Journey.
Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world.
The opening track of Journey's Escape album already feels like it should be from an empowering movie. For over 20 years, though, Don't Stop Believin' was seldom heard outside of classic rock playlists. Popular interest resurged after it was played over the famed final scene of The Sopranos.
What looks good tonight?
By the time Glee covered it as one of the show's signature songs, it seemed to be everywhere. This quintessential power ballad was prominently featured in uplifting scenes throughout the early 2010s. To this day, it is a favorite on music competition shows. Certainly, Don't Stop Believin' will never stop thrilling the legions of Journey fans. You just don't want it to go on and on so much outside of the radio.
Never ends, it goes on and on and on and on and on.
Number 22, You Can't Touch This, MC Hammer.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
The groove of MC Hammer's signature song really is untouchable. Ever since it blew up from the album Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, You Can't Touch This has been a mainstay across all media. Movies, shows, ads, and anything else you can think of has used the jam to pump up their tone. In a Kasumo survey of 4,000 films, it was found to be the most used song. The parodies alone could fill the pockets of a few parachute pants. However much You Can't Touch This is really queued up, it's probably taken for granted at this point. You can't say that it doesn't liven up any soundtrack it touches.
Just like the bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2, I've got diplomatic immunity, so Hammer, you can't sue.
Number 21, September, Earth, Wind & Fire.
Do you remember when it first started, September?
It never feels like a cloudy day when this disco opus kicks on. September will never get old, despite the best efforts of modern pop culture. Ever since the 2000s, nostalgia surrounding the already nostalgic anthem has made it a go-to for uplifting scenes in film and TV. The internet has also worn out the track. It's even a sensation in European media, from British football chants to the mega-hit French comedy The Intouchables. Earth, Wind & Fire have clearly delivered a pop staple that transcends generations and culture. That can be said about many of their overplayed classics, but September can be a particularly exhausting groove for its prevalence across media. Number 20, Ain't That a Kick in the Head? Dean Martin.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me.
After its debut in 1960's Ocean's 11, Ain't That a Kick in the Head became one of the great swing standards. It so epitomizes the age of the crooner that media tends to lean on the standard in tributes to that hip style. Goodfellas even revived the song for film by tapping into the irony of its cold-footed love story.
H, but I got my mom to watch the babies tomorrow night.
I can't do it, Karen.
Why not?
I just can't do it. I got something lined up.
Yeah, but tomorrow night's the only night she can do it.
More than 40 properties have used it for romance, comedy, action, and practically every other tone. The cliché may very well boot the cleverness. Even the cool factor is played out, but with its impossible catchiness and versatile use, Ain't That a Kick in the Head is a keeper.
Ain't love a kick in the head.
Number 19, Celebration, Kool and the Gang.
There's a party going on right here, a celebration.
True to its title, Kool and the Gang's Celebration is the peak of party anthems. As cliche as it is to include it in your party playlist, it is naturally the gold standard for upbeat soundtracks. Its usage goes back to the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, not long after the song's debut on the 1980 album Celebrate.
Officer, it's 3 minutes past the time that the bomb was supposed to go off.
This instant classic has been keeping festive scenes going ever since.
Hey, listen very carefully. I think it's Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
If anything, it's become more frequently and prominently used through the years. As of 2024, it's made more than 40 appearances. That effectively confirms Celebration as the never-ending party that everyone wants, with all the fatigue that clearly nobody thinks about.
Mr. Vice President, someone finally bought a copy of your book, sir.
Well, this calls for a celebration. I will.
Number 18, Gimme Shelter, The Rolling Stones.
No one gives it to you. You have to take it.
Martin Scorsese's movies probably count for half of the plays this song gets on screen. But Gimme Shelter also has a reputation for meaning that something intense is about to happen.
What can I do you for? Rick.
Whether in emotionally or romantically intense scenes, or when everything is about to hit the fan, it has certainly pulled its weight over the years as a cue to let people know that something interesting is, well, just a shot away.
Bring it based up today.
Just like another Stones classic, Sympathy for the Devil, it's a great tune that unfortunately feels a little formulaic at this point.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man, will and taste.
Maybe we can let the next generation of rockers lay these ones to rest soon. Number 17, Respect, Aretha Franklin.
What you, baby, I got to.
Often considered one of the greatest songs ever recorded, Aretha Franklin's Respect was released in 1967, serving as a cover of Otis Redding's 1965 original. Despite being a cover, Franklin undoubtedly made it her own, changing the lyrics to reflect the feminist movement and adding the song's signature R-E-S-P-E-C-T refrain. Respect has appeared in the likes of Desperately Seeking Susan, St. Elmo's Fire, and Bridget Jones's Diary, just to name a few.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Used to belong to Elvis Presley. You want to try it on?
It's also sung by Jennifer Hudson in the Aretha Franklin biopic appropriately titled Respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Aretha, you do talk, don't you? Not just sing?
I like you to call me Miss Franklin.
The biopic is a long time coming. serving as a wonderful celebration of Franklin's trailblazing career and music. Number 16, All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix.
I think it might be narcotic.
Is that so?
Originally written by Bob Dylan, the Jimi Hendrix cover of this tune usually comes in when something on screen gets kicked up a notch, often queued up when a character is tripping on drugs for the first time. However, it doesn't always have to be associated with a drug trip.
Now dry your eyes. And let's go home.
Case in point, Battlestar Galactica uses the song as a trigger, suggesting the melody transcends space and time.
There must be some way out of here, said the Joker to the thief.
However, when placed in chronological time, this psychedelic rocker has become a period marker for the 1960s, common in movies and shows depicting era-defining events like the Vietnam War, although we'll get more songs associated with that time period later. Number 15, Walkin' on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves. This song may have been the group's biggest hit, but it's also guaranteed their spot in pop culture.
I'm walking on sunshine, whoa, and don't it feel good?
The pop rock number sounds like sunshine, rainbows, and everything nice, so it's always played to make sure we know that an on-screen character is feeling good. The most creative use of the Katrina and the Waves single must be in American Psycho, though, during the scene in which Patrick Bateman listens to it stone-faced after a successful night of killing.
Morning, Al. Nice Cant.
Walking on Sunshine has appeared in dozens of projects, including films, TV shows, video games, and more.
Can you turn that off? Listen, I wasn't supposed to...
But maybe it's about time that it walks away. Number 14, Bad to the Bone, George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
If I was the bad boy, then I was going to be the baddest boy of them all.
Is an unlikely person about to rebel? If so, cue this song.
We can have sex again.
This song seems to appear every time old people go on a trip, middle-aged men want to be badasses, or kids feel the urge to rebel.
I'll take a whack at it.
Before it had such an ironic use, Bad to the Bone was used with sincerity. For example, it plays in Terminator 2 Judgment Day after the T-800 suits up in his leather motorcycle outfit. The track's opening guitar riff makes it instantly recognizable, and alerts the audience to watch out for whoever's on screen. Number 13, Sweet Home Alabama, Leonard Skinner. This Leonard Skinner track seems to be the only tune about the South that Hollywood knows about. And if the on-screen setting isn't actually the South, filmmakers seem to use it when they want the audience to know that a character is a stereotypical hillbilly.
Somebody please make her stop singing?
However, as much as Sweet Home Alabama has been used as a cliche, filmmakers have been using it to create meaning in new and unexpected ways.
Bunch of idiots dancing on a plane to a song made famous by a band that died in a plane crash.
It's certainly most engaging when it's remixed into creative reinterpretations rather than just using it in rote repetition whenever a rural southern white American appears on screen.
Yeah! Cause I live at home in a trailer.
Number 12, Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. The inclusion of this funky disco tune means we're about to engage in some wacky fighting. When this Carl Douglas number comes on, it pretty much guarantees that no one in the scene actually knows Kung Fu or is even a good fighter.
I may not be the best ninja. I may not be one with the universe. But I will tell you this.
No one messes with my brother! Everybody was
Or if they can fight, it's almost by miracle. Interestingly enough, this song was originally recorded as a B-side. So the producer decided to go over the top with the elements stereotypically associated with martial arts.
So you wanted to try and set me up, huh? Everybody was
While Kung Fu fighting was fun at the time of its release, now it seems way past its due date.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. That man was fast as light. Soo-young!
Number 11, Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Very few people will know the name Norman Greenbaum, but he is one of the biggest one-hit wonders in music history, known for his 1969 single, Spirit in the Sky. A unique blending of rock, country, and gospel, the song was a huge hit for Greenbaum and is often seen on greatest songs of all time lists. It has appeared in over 20 movies and TV shows throughout the decades. This includes some older movies like Wayne's World 2 and Apollo 13, and more recent ones like Guardians of the Galaxy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and This Is the End.
Welcome to heaven, mother.
As for TV, the song has popped up on The Masked Singer and Sons of Anarchy. Number 10, Fortunate Son, Creedence Clearwater Revival. If a movie takes place during the Vietnam War, you better believe CCR's Fortunate Son is gonna play. Well, either that or Buffalo Springfield's For What It's Worth.
There's something happening here.
Both are emblematic of the era. Fortunate Son is played in Forrest Gump when Forrest arrives in the jungle, and it's appeared in many action and crime films, including Live Free or Die Hard, Battleship, Suicide Squad, and War Dogs.
Here's another golden oldie for all the commuters out there.
What?
It's also no stranger to TV, popping up in the likes of Parenthood, The New MacGyver, American Horror Story, and The Strain. It's one of the most popular rock songs ever recorded, and its legacy has undoubtedly been aided by its numerous pop culture appearances.
There's lots of things you expect in war. Carnage, the sleepless nights. But what they don't prepare you for is the incessant use of Fortunate Son. I'd hear that song anytime I was in a helicopter.
Number 9, Stayin' Alive, The Bee Gees. Originally created for the Saturday Night Fever movie soundtrack, this disco track seems to have really outgrown its source.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
Sure, when older viewers hear the Bee Gees crooning, they immediately think of John Travolta strutting along the sidewalk.
Do it a moment like this. Strut.
But there have just been so many other on-screen uses of the chart topper to denote when someone thinks he's a pretty cool customer, especially when other people do not. It certainly has a great vibe, but it's also one of the biggest earworms ever. So, more often than not, it can be quite distracting.
All right, whatever you say.
Number 8, Back in Black, acdc. These iconic hard rockers released some real bangers in their time, but nothing compares to Back in Black.
You take care of the suit, I'll take care of the music.
Oh, I love Led Zeppelin!
That iconic guitar riff has appeared in dozens of shows and movies, and it rivals Fortunate Son for the most prominent riff in entertainment history. It's played in School of Rock when Dewey is assigning the children their various roles in and for the band.
Lead guitar. Zack Attack. Take a seat.
It's also appeared in the opening scene of Iron Man and in movies ranging from The Karate Kid to Spider-Man Far From Home and even The Muppets.
May I suggest we save time and pick up the rest of the Muppets using a montage?
Oh, great idea, 80s robot.
We greatly appreciate your financial support.
As for TV, you can hear it in shows like Cobra Kai, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and Supernatural.
House rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts his cake hole. You know Sammy is a chubby 12-year-old. It's Sam, okay? Sorry, I can't hear you. The music's too loud.
Number 7. We Are the Champions, Queen.
We're in the finals! All right!
This band is vastly overplayed in the movie and TV industry. It makes sense considering their stature and legendary songs.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
The song obviously appeared in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, but that doesn't count. It's typically played when a character wins something, as seen in the likes of Gilmore Girls, Kicking and Screaming, and South Park, albeit used humorously. It's also appeared in Friends, Angel, Arrow, High Fidelity, Turbo, and Game Night. It's just a cliche at this point, especially if it involves championships or winning of some kind. Number 6, Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland. The filmmakers behind The Wizard of Oz probably never thought this song would become such a standout track and a cultural phenomenon.
Way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
There's no denying the ballad was a beautiful addition to the musical fantasy. But it's now too often been overtly used to make the audience feel a sense of nostalgia.
I wanted it to be you so bad.
Over the Rainbow has appeared in hundreds of on-screen projects and shows no signs of slowing down.
Over the rainbow, way up high.
It may go down as one of the most emotional songs ever, but it's also often cringeworthy too. Number 5, Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye.
I've been really trying, baby.
Quick, think of a scene where one character looks at another in a seductive manner. Chances are that scene contains Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
I've been really trying, baby.
Much like We Are the Champions, Let's Get It On has become a movie trope in and of itself, as it's always played during some seductive or sex-based sequence.
I've been really trying, baby.
Regarding movies, you can hear it in Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me, High Fidelity, Something's Gotta Give, The Change-Up, and Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason, among others. And for TV, it's appeared in many classic shows like The Simpsons, The Sopranos, Charmed, and Scrubs. That sexy and funky opening has got to be one of the most overused sounds in movies and TV.
Hey.
I'm just checking in.
Number 4, Eye of the Tiger, Survivor.
Rising up, back on the street.
The Rocky movies basically invented the training montage, but the theme of the franchise's third round is truly the definitive montage song. Survivor's Eye of the Tiger was such an instant adrenaline hit that it became the theme and namesake for another action flick in 1986. From there, more than 60 soundtracks have used the song, usually for montages or general hype. It's even made an appearance in major political campaigns. Eye of the Tiger just projects a ferocious energy that transcends the two movies that broke it out. As cheap as it is to use Survivor's signature song to rev up the audience, there is simply no competition. Number 3, What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
If you want viewers to cry, this is the song to put on your soundtrack.
I gotta get out of here.
Every time What a Wonderful World plays, it pretty much sums up that something awful happened, but that we should still have faith in humanity. Or that something truly beautiful has just happened.
Yes, that's... That's good.
Either way, Louis Armstrong's traditional pop tune has become too emotionally manipulative, and its on-screen inclusion seems unoriginal at best.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
Movies like Journey to the Mysterious Island attempt to make it new by offering alternative versions of the original.
What a wonderful world.
But we see what they're doing. Stop.
That was Louis B. Armstrong, the great Satchmo.
Number 2, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord.
When even the artist thinks their song has been used one too many times, maybe it's time to pack it in.
Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift.
In 1984, Leonard Cohen released Hallelujah to a generally unresponsive public. However, it eventually generated esteem through various cover versions, most prominently those of John Cale and Jeff Buckley. Cohen's arrangement of Hallelujah has appeared in countless movies and TV shows, including Shrek, The West Wing, Scrubs, and Watchmen. It was the latter that made Cohen speak up about the song. He had reportedly read a review in which the writer openly asked filmmakers to stop using the song. Cohen told The Guardian that he agreed, saying, quote, "I kind of feel the same way."
You're okay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Born to be Wild, Steppenwolf. You can almost hear a motorcycle revving up each time this song comes on. Originally and masterfully used in Easy Rider, the hard rocker truly captured the spirit of 60s counterculture, a sense of Americana, and the quest for freedom.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
However, the entertainment industry has pretty much ruined those positive connotations with the Steppenwolf song by including it in close to 100 other productions. Though it's also appeared in movies featuring or about animals, Born to be Wild is now too often used in a very cliched way to represent someone who feels liberated.
Born to be wild.
What are some other songs that get too much screen time? Cue up in the comments.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight.
Goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Okay.